So this is Overpass AI. It's a tool in which you can ask questions or ask prompts, and then you will get results from that. In this case, I will try to make a map of the sports fields of the Student Sports Center in Eindhoven. So this is the Student Sports Center, and I want to have like an SVG of the maps that are there, so I can make a map for visitors that are coming. So all sports fields. So this is basically a very simple query. I have my API key connected, so that means I can use, in this case, OpenAI to answer or to make a query out of this question. So it's now generating a query, and a query is just a way to connect to Overpass, the API of Overpass. So now it's having the query, so you can check out the query here. It's using the bounding box of where I'm currently looking at. It's looking for leisure pitch, and you can check out what that means. So if you click on it, you can see what this means in OpenStreetMap. So you can see that it now selected several fields here, which is nice. I also want to add buildings. So I can save this now. So now it's saved in my local storage. I can also style it in different ways. So if I want to make the colors different, if I want to make it, for example, red, I can do that. Can change the how opacity, what opacity is, or how transparent it is. So now let's look, and you can also add labels. So in this case, you can add a label of the name, but you can also add a label of the sport. So this is soccer, field hockey, and basketball, field hockey and korfball, and this is all tennis. This is a soccer field, and you can also change the color based on what type of sport it is. In this case, there's a lot of overlapping types of, or the surface, for example. Is it turf, or is it actual grass, or is it sand or tartan? So let's also add buildings. This is a broad question, so it will just create all the buildings that we see on this field. I'm mostly interested in this area, so we'll zoom in a bit. You can see that the SVG is sometimes lagging a bit behind, but it's then updating when you move. So here you can see it found basic buildings. In here, again, basic building query, I can make sure that I always want polygons. And this looks good. Do I want labels? Perhaps the name of the building. No, that's not really needed, so I can take that out. Okay, then I can save this as well. I can show this one and show this one. So now we have the fields and the basic building query. So for the sports fields, again, you can show the surface. So now it's showing different colors based on what surface it is. The nice thing is that you can now export this. So perhaps the roads as well, or paths. Generate query, or let's do roads or streets. Roads and paths. Let's generate that as well. So we have the buildings and then the sport fields, and now we're looking for street, roads, and paths. Now it will show you all these, which is quite a lot, but that's good. We can save this as well. And show. Now we basically have all information. And we can now perhaps change the style of the all highways. None. Let's make this a bit wider. And then based on the surface, does it work? Yeah, so you can see different types of path, right? Stones, asphalt, so you can see different styles, which helps. You could also look at the is it a cycle lane? Yeah, that's actually perhaps better. Or is it a food? No. School or yeah, I think bicycle is fine. Okay, so now we have this overview where you can see all the paths, all the buildings, and all the fields. You can now export this to an SVG. You can set the detail level of the map behind it to be more or less detailed. And you can also choose what type of map you want. Do you want the standard OpenStreetMap? Do you want a dark map or a light map or standard? It should be loading. So in this case, we just choose a light map. Here you can see the water as well, and you can see the streets. This looks really messy right now, but we can now style it in the way we want it. So let's copy this SVG. Then in Figma, you can just paste it. So you get like this kind of mess. In our case, we can now look at, okay, the basic building query. There are certain buildings that we're interested in, right? So there's a lot that we're not that interested in. So we can, let's for now just hide all the things that we're not interested in. Or we can, wait. Yeah, let's just delete it. Like that's the easiest. You could also make it a different color. So basically what we're interested in is the buildings around the sports field. Then we are interested in the sports fields. All the highways, they can be 50% opacity. And I think the colors are also quite extreme, so let's make it so that highways are just gray and footpaths are just light, and then we get the map tiles behind. Yeah, and this color can also be the color for and I can now play a bit with the styling. So let's say this we want to have a full opacity. This building we're not that interested in. I don't know what this is. This building we are interested in. This one not. This one not. So you can now like look at the basic building query and then lock all the highways. You can now only select buildings. Oh. And it's also selecting the map tiles now. No, it's just this. So now we can start adding some text to it. So this is the SSC. This is, for example, field 1. Two. And field 3. And these were potentially not that interested in. We can delete them. These buildings might be useful, as in toilets. And then we can delete these as well. So now the map is already a lot cleaner. Still looking to make it even cleaner, like just make all the roads a bit more consistent. So this should be the same as this one, yeah. So that's it. Now you have like a cleaner map from the original thing that you found. And this kind of shows the flow of like using the Overpass AI, using the map features, styling it. Another way you can look at it is through the data view. Here you can select all things that are a certain mode. So if you want to know where all the streetlights are, or what specifically footways are, where stones are being used, which roads are illuminated, which roads are not illuminated, what the maximum speed is in each zone. So you can see that 70 kilometers per hour for the bigger road, 30 kilometers per hour for the secondary roads, and then 50 for this vertical connection. Yeah, so you can explore quite properly how all this data relates. And you can also export this as a CSV file, which will then be in this form where you have the ID, the latitude, longitude, and then all the properties behind it. Of course, for roads, this doesn't work that well, since roads are not just points, but actually ways, as you can see here. So for nodes, this works quite well. For ways, there's other formats that can also be exported. Like a GPX file, which basically shows you all the roads and their connections. And this is quite a standard in mapping and routing. So that's it. I hope this is helpful.